can't see. There we go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. And it's Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock, and we've got another edition of Community Togetherness. And I am very excited to talk about a topic that is super important to everybody in this community. And that's all about the seniors in our community and what they're going through. And I have two amazing individuals with us. One, Andrea Gallagher with Senior Concerns, and Terri Hilliard Olson with Hilliard Olson, who runs the legal portion of Senior Concerns. Is that correct? Have I introduced you properly?
Terri Hilliard, and what we do is at the Legal Concerns program, I help foster that for caregivers and their families to get healthcare directives and the like. So yes, thank you.
Good. And Andrea, you are with Senior Concerns, and why don't we start? Thank you both of you for being here. And as president of Senior Concerns, why don't you give us a little overview of what Senior Concerns is, where it covers, and what you're seeing right now going on in the community?
Yeah, thank you. So Senior Concerns is a 47-year-old nonprofit in the community serving the communities from Simi all the way to Agora Hills. And we really are there to support all of the activities and needs of people as they age within the community. So we have, for instance, a nutritional program via Meals on Wheels for seniors in the community. We're supporting family caregivers both through a caregiver support resource center as well as an adult day program for their loved ones that might need daycare. We also provide a lot of resources with senior advocacy, pro bono legal and financial services, as well as a lot of information and referrals. And so what it does is it allows seniors a place to go to get answers from trusted resources.
So there was a huge need before coronavirus, and now we know that the risk factors for coronavirus are very high with individuals 60 and older, or 65 and older. What are you seeing in the community now, for everything that you've been seeing since we've been basically in confinement since March 15th or whenever this started?
Yeah, so we're seeing, of course, everybody that was or is supposed to be sheltered in place is now every senior in the community. So their needs have grown exponentially. So we were primarily addressing a lot of people that were homebound or had other issues, but now it's the entire senior community. So they still need nutrition. They need shopping services. They need information. They need caregiver support. They need resources for their loved one that might have Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. So those are all the things that we're addressing, trying to ensure that we can meet the needs of the community while they're at home, both the emotional as well as the physical needs.
So, and are they, everybody that you're servicing, they are in their current homes. They're trying to be in their homes. You're not going into nursing home facilities, or you're not going into senior facilities. Do you have a number of how many people we're talking about? Do you have any idea of how many people we're talking about?
So it's interesting because before this, we were servicing about 13,000 people a year, either family caregivers or seniors. And that number has pretty much quadrupled at this point.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, Terri, I know there's a lot of seniors that, as far as what are the legal ramifications, or what does somebody need to have in place if they do get sick, or if they, want to have a directive, what is it that they should have in place?
Absolutely. In order for your family members to assist you if you become ill or incapacitated, is a healthcare directive, and it's called an advanced healthcare directive. And I think the most important thing also is a HIPAA form, and a HIPAA form allows your loved ones to contact and get health information about you. So a HIPAA form is important. So if you have caregivers or loved ones that are not sheltering in place with you, they're able to talk to your physicians and get really important medical information to support you in that, especially if you're in a assisted living or even in a nursing home. It's really important to have that communication. And so a healthcare directive is something that people still can do. Notaries are essential services, so they can, we do what we call safe signings here. And we also go to people's homes if needed, with obviously the distancing and the proper garb and protective gear to make sure that people get their healthcare directives done and they're available when needed.
So what if they have a healthcare directive and that individual that they have originally assigned is now elderly or no longer? Is that something that somebody can change? And is it a big process to change?
Well, a healthcare directive is a very easy form, very important form to get done, can be amended at any point in time or replaced, basically. They can also use a POLST, which is a physician's order for life-sustaining treatment, and their physician can sign it with them. The problem we have is many physicians aren't available to be in the same place for their love or their patient at this point. But a healthcare directive can be done. They can be witnessed by two individuals that are not one of the agents. So many of us will have to replace our agents because they are not available. They're past, they're similarly situated, I'll call it, or maybe they're just not local any longer. Many things can be done by phone, thankfully, and virtually. We're finding that out just like we're doing today. Everything can be done fairly virtually, and we do it by phone and video conferencing.
So really important information. So let's go back to how many individuals there are, Andrea, and then talk about how many volunteers do you have? Where's the need? How often are you shopping? How are you managing this?
Yeah. So one of the things we recognize is early on, we have an adult day program here for folks with cognitive or physical impairment. And of course, we had to close that because that was a day program as a result of the stay-at-home order. But we also recognized that based upon that stay-at-home order, there was a lot of things that we could do. And so we pivoted our service model and changed to be able to address that. So one of the first things we did is expanded our Meals on Wheels program. Right now, we've seen a 40% increase in our Meals on Wheels program. So think about it. The folks that were already getting Meals on Wheels a couple days a week might now need it 7 days a week. And brand new folks that are now staying home that used to be able to go out for lunch or dinner can't do that anymore. So that's grown dramatically. And we've actually started a secondary site. Our meals were prepared for us at Los Robles Hospital. And now we've just started a relationship with Country Harvest Restaurant in Newbury Park to provide some of those meals also. The next thing we recognize is that people needed groceries and really shouldn't be out shopping. So we put out a call to volunteers. Literally within the matter of a week, we had 70 volunteers who had provided an application and done a background check. And we were able to match that volunteer with a particular senior that wanted grocery shopping done. So what would happen is the volunteer would call the senior, get the grocery list, do the shopping, call the senior on the way over to their home and tell them how much it is. The senior would leave a check outside. The volunteer would bring the groceries, put them at the front door, step back 6 feet, and then the senior could take their groceries. And then what happens is that volunteer follows that senior throughout the entirety of this stay-at-home order. So that if they need groceries next week or the week after, or a month from now, they're right there for them. The other thing we did is started a pantry. There were a lot of really low-income seniors that are staying in place that really need help and support. So we had a tremendous amount of donations from religious organizations and service groups and individuals. And so we have a pretty well-stocked pantry, including toilet paper, to be able to, deliver to seniors in our community. And then we have a number of kids who have written letters or drawn pictures. And so we can include that in with the delivery to sort of brighten the day. Yeah.
I love that. So do you need more volunteers? Is there a point of, we're in this stay in place now until at least May 15th. Governor Newsom talked today about how, if they do open us up, the rules on how they're going to open us up. And obviously with seniors, we could be here with the seniors in this kind of situation. I hate to say it, but we could be here for 6 months to a year, that they have to be sheltered in place and be protected. Special hours for them to shop, special hours to go to the grocery store. So this is not just a short-term need here, right? We're forecasting it to be potentially a long-term need, right?
We do expect it to be long-term. And so one of the first things I'd say is if it's possible to make a financial donation, that would be fantastic. And the reason for that is because with our adult day program, there are no revenues coming in. The growth of our Meals on Wheels program, quite often, most of those folks are scholarshiped, meaning that they're getting free meals based upon their income level. And when we used to have our Caregiver Recognition Day or Boat Bash or Love Run fundraisers for senior concerns, of course, those have all put on pause or postponed and so as a result, we don't have income coming in in order to provide these essential services. So any help we can get financially, folks can go to www.seniorconcerns.org and hit the donate button right there. That would be wonderful. We do periodically have a need for new items for our pantry. So again, that's also online. You can just go and look at our COVID response and it'll have a list of the items that we need. And then lastly, right now we're good for volunteers, but to your point, we expect this to go on for quite a long period of time. And so what I'd say is periodically check our website. It'll say whether we're opening up that passageway again for new volunteers to apply. But for right now, we're set, but that may not be the case 2 weeks from now.
Oh, that's just terrific. I mean, that's great news. But yes, donations, look, we're in Conejo community and there's a lot of need right now, but there's a lot of people who are, comfortable and are looking for ways to help. So let's get it out there and let's help donate to these seniors and help you fill up your pantries and help you fill up the grocery stores. And the emotional support is, I think, also a big need. Terri, what are you seeing going on as far as the seniors that are contacting you? What are you seeing their fears or concerns are, and how can we help support you supporting them?
Thank you. What's really exciting is having the resource of senior concerns and their advocates, because we have the mental health side and the sustainability. What I'm really seeing right now is to be able to connect to the seniors, to senior concerns. My clients are looking for that support. They're out of state. They're figuring out, how do I do this? And so as a team, that's why I'm on the board for Senior Concerns for so long. And I'm hoping they'll keep me for a while longer, because it's really, really essential for all our families. And I'm seeing that what's going to happen is we're going to create relationships, like the shopping, the letter writing from the young people. I think the silver lining that I see here is that we're going to create knowledge of senior concerns, how they can easily relate, how we can further support one another in our community. So that's the silver lining that I see. What I'm seeing also is people are going they're going to have to go to the hospital, and then they're being released to, let's say, assisted living or skilled nursing. So I see a lot of the medical side and the concerns that seniors have when they're frail and their family members are going, oh, whoa, I'm not sure I want them to go there, because I may never see them again because they're shut in. So I'm getting a lot of those calls. But really the essential part in the day-to-day is that our families are going, how do I make sure that my mom's okay? And so Senior Concerns, the Meals on Wheels, the keeping connected, the checking on, whether it's emotional as well as the physical sustainability. That's the beautiful part about Senior Concerns, and brings tears to our eyes because we're able to do that. I mean, what Andrea and the team has done to COVID pivot, I call it, has been absolutely unbelievably amazing. And I think it's going to continue to be further services for a very long time, how we touch people. And eventually, I hope Senior Concerns will be that safe place that our seniors can go. That's an approved place that's safe. That's what I'm seeing and visualizing what the future looks like for us. But it is going to be Thursday is Healthcare Decisions Day, just a reminder. And so whether we have caregivers or seniors that need that, they would call Senior Concerns directly, get connected. And many times they'll be calling me to help with that, and our team of attorneys, volunteers that are absolutely amazing.
I mean, we are in an aging population, right? We know the Conejo Valley, I mean, just in general, we are in an aging population. So everything that you two are doing with Senior Concerns and, getting the word out and letting people know you're available and donations that are needed, and if you need more volunteers, we obviously would love to continue to be a part of, how we can help you, partner with you. How else? Please reach out if we can help at all. I mean that sincerely. We are also active in the community, and we see a huge need in the Senior Concerns area and the senior area. And if there's anything, our team can do for you, please reach out to us. Is there anything else, in closing? Obviously, go to the seniorconcerns.org, donate, call you guys, have questions. Is there anything else that we can do right now for you to help you, navigate this new world that we're entering?
So I was just going to say quickly that when you donate, you can actually make it repetitive, meaning donate on a monthly basis, a weekly basis, and that would make a difference. A lot of people are doing what I call retail therapy right now. And so just thinking about my household, because Amazon seems to come every day for some reason. So why not use that money? Also, you can designate Senior Concerns as your charity of choice when you do that shopping. Every little bit counts. But I think if we can do repetitive giving, and we have charitable giving. So this is a good time while people have time, is to look at their trust, look at their wills, say, who do we want to give to? Hey, how about Senior Concerns? And so maybe we want to do it now as a living gift so that we can all say thank you. Or we might want to do it through our estate plans, and they can certainly see me or check in with Andrea, and we can certainly help with that. Whatever
Yes,
we'd like to give, we'd love to share it.
I love the idea, because there's a lot of retail therapy and a lot of Amazon shopping, and there is a way that you can have donate. You can definitely choose a charity organization. And I think, for everybody right now to kind of go on and choose Senior Concerns, it's very easy to pick an organization and have donations go to Senior Concerns. So I love that idea, and I love setting it up weekly or monthly and having a continual fund going to Senior Concerns. Andrea, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if you are going on to Amazon Smile, our official name is Conejo Valley Senior Concerns. So that's what you would look up at Amazon Smile in order to put us as the recipient of your Amazon donation. And one last thing I'd just say, I think the incredible thing of what we're doing with volunteers and seniors in our community is we are building a larger connected community. There are so many of these 100 volunteers were never in our Senior Concern Circle before, and they weren't connected necessarily with seniors, or particularly these seniors. So now we are creating a new network and a relationship. And, that reciprocal relationship is benefiting both. So it really is, as much as it's a challenging time, it is a beautiful time in our community.
Very rewarding. And I think the emotional support that you're talking about is, obviously, I understand the the physical need of being able to get groceries, but I understand the emotional support that these people who are living alone are nervous or don't have anybody nearby. That has to be overwhelming. So the emotional support has to be terrific. So thank you both so much for getting this awareness out. I hope that we're helping, and I hope that our community, we are Conejo Valley strong, and we will come together strongly as a community. And I think you're right. We are pivoting and we're finding new ways to come together and connect. And so thank you again. We will probably have you on as we end up going out, like what else can we be offering for the senior concerns? Because I do think once they do lift our stay-at-home order, there's going to be new things that we need to find out about for these seniors and how we can help. Thank you both for everything you've done and taking the time today.
Thank you so much, really.
Fabulous job in informing the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe, both of you. Stay healthy, and thanks again.
You too. Take care.